Howdy y'all, and welcome to Lex Lives. I think it's time we play a little 7 Days to Die. Yeah, I know, I'm carrying something that the animals can smell. So we are out and about, still looking for some new things to loot. I did drop a bedroll there though, so I didn't have to cross back through all those sections of wasteland. I was really hoping I'd be strong enough to take on a town at this point, but I mean, I've got I guess a club just isn't enough weapon. There's just too many zombies. I can handle this out here because there's like, you know, a couple of handfuls. But man, that town was just full of zombies. Or city, or whatever you call those big buildings in the wasteland. City, probably. Uh, So, I am hoping to find something a little smaller. I'd like to get some better armor too. I'm only running leather for the most part. I do have iron boots, but I don't have like the iron chest or anything like that, so that'd be nice. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what we find. I watched Sunday night's episode of The Walking Dead. Oh, look, we got a little couple of buildings here, it looks like. Actually, this looks pretty substantial. Unless they're just all in a straight row. It doesn't look like it. This is bigger than what we normally scope out, it looks like. Which means I'm going to have to start taking down the zombies out this way. But yeah, Sunday night's episode of Walking Dead was awesome. They finally made it to Alexandria. And, well, I guess they made it to Alexandria at the end of the last episode. But, it was pretty awesome. They're really playing up the fact that, these people who live in Alexandria, they mentioned in the episode that most of the area had been evacuated before the zombie plague, or whatever you call it, happened. Or, well, not before it happened, but as it was happening. So they don't have a lot of walkers they have to deal with, for the most part. And, they live inside a walled city. Some of them have never been outside of the walls. You know. And, so they are very not the same as the main group. And, there are a lot of moments in the episode that just drive that home. Whoa. Somehow I totally missed that guy. And, I mean, right as the episode started and they start heading into Alexandria, the trash can next to the gate tips over. I don't know why there's a trash can next to the gate, but everybody in Rick's group turns with their weapons drawn, and Daryl actually shoots. And the guys who are leading them into Alexandria, they don't even really look. And so, of course, it's a possum come out of the trash can. And Daryl's like, "Yep, I brought dinner," which I thought was funny. But I liked they did interviews of the people, like on camera. We don't have time for you to be tired, lady. There's a lot of zombies we gotta kill here. Or at least one more. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a bedroll right here. I think this should be far enough out, maybe. Give us a running head start in case things go bad. But yeah, they went in and interviewed each of them to see what kind of job they should have. So I don't know. They didn't do everybody, so I'm not sure if they probably get a maybe some more of those interviews next week, because they didn't go over everybody's jobs this week. I'm curious as to who they're going to put in the church tower, because they showed the church tower, which I think was a clock tower in the comic, maybe. Might have been a church steeple tower thing. But the city doesn't have any guards, really, and you know, and so that was really the whole point of the episode, was showing how not prepared these people are, and that they're only alive because they had a wall that protected them this whole time. And their wall has got struts on the outside of the wall, which is the wrong side. I don't know who built their wall, but they didn't build it right. It was driving me crazy every time they showed their wall, and all I could think of was, you know, one group of scavengers come through here, it's not friendly, and they just drive right through your supports and then through your wall, because you don't have your supports on the inside of your wall where they're protected. Ooh, what we got here? Ammunition book. You're the same thing, aren't you? Oh no, this is the maintenance. Oh, I don't have enough room for it anyways. Oh, dang it. You want to hit this guy so we're safe, or what? Just gonna hang out and get slapped in the face. There we go. Now I can make my own bullets. How about this maintenance tool thing? Yeah, apparently I already have that one. But I really liked... so when they first come in, they make them get rid of their weapons, and I really like that part with Carol, who, as we all know, if you watch the show, is probably she might be the most dangerous person in the group at this point. Like, she wasn't when it first started, but she is now. And so when they bring him in and they have him disarm, and they brought up a cart for him to dump their weapons in, and she's standing in front of the cart, and she's got this big old dopey grin on her face, and she tries to pull her gun over her head, and she can't work the strap, and so it's hung on the back of her head, and they have to help her, and she just gives them a big sheepish smile when they help her, and then when they interview her later, and the woman in charge is a congressman, and she told them that she's great at reading people, and so they showed her interview with Carol, and Carol's all big smiles and you know, sweater and skirt and stuff like that, and she's telling that she's missed her husband every day since he died, and how she doesn't really know what she's doing, and how she's just kind of like the den mother for the group, and and so yeah, they when they hand out jobs, they give Carol the job of making casseroles for the sick and the old, and Daryl's just looking at her like she's crazy, and she's like, it'd be a good way to meet the neighbors and see what's really going on in this place. And so I like that she's hiding who she is so that she can figure out what's going on. And then they had another moment in there where Rick, Daryl, no, not Daryl. I can't remember what the kid's name is. Drawn a blank. But the kid, he goes out, Rick's son, and they take him to introduce him to some kids that are around his age. And two of them are from Alexandria, so they've never been outside. But then there's this girl who is from outside, and she's only been there a short time, and so she seems to act like she doesn't like him. So he goes back to talk to his dad, and his dad's like, well, how was it? And he's like, it was alright. He's like, these people are weak, though. And I'm afraid that if we stay here, we're going to be weak like they are. And that was the theme of the whole thing. Everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of them came up and told Rick that if they stayed there, they were going to get weak, and how the people weren't prepared. Or they're idiots. They had, their scavenger group had gone out, apparently, and been attacked. And since they don't know how to deal with zombies, some of them got killed. And so they had captured one of the zombies and had it tied up outside the walls, and were tormenting it, if you can torment it. But they worked themselves up to go on their scavenger missions with this zombie. And of course, it's not there when they go to induct the newcomers, which was I don't know. There's a girl, I don't remember what her name is, and I can't remember everybody's name today. I'm really drawing a blank. I was going to open up IMDb so I could see their names before I start talking about this, but I can't remember anybody's name. But three of them went out with two of Alexandria's people on a scavenging mission, and so when they get out there, they give them like pistols, and they're all happy and excited about going out to scavenge for food. And so Rick's group is all cautious and looking over their shoulders and keeping the noise down, and these people are just tromping around and talking. And did I already come in this place? No. And so when they get over there, the zombie's gone, and so they start clapping and whistling to bring the zombie back. And of course Rick's group's like, shh, what are you doing? You're crazy. And they're like, no, we gotta bring back our zombie. And so it comes back, and Rick's group kills it, which makes the two from Alexandria mad, because it's payback for what those zombies did to their friends. And so they bring it back they come back into town, and the guy's yelling that they'll never be allowed on the scavenging trips again, and how you gotta follow orders when you're on the scavenging trip. And the one kid's like, or the one guy's like, if we follow your orders, we're all gonna die like your last crew. And so they get in a bit of a fight, and Daryl jumps the guy, and Rick finally comes out and pulls him apart. And then the congresswoman, she tells him that she had already decided Rick's job was going to be their constable because they don't have one. And then they also want Michonne as one of their constables, which is the way it went down in the comic. Making Rick and Michonne. And then I can't remember what the big guy with red hair, his name is. But I know that he winds up out in the construction crews. They didn't show that this episode. They did show the girl with Rick's kid. And he saw her climb over the wall, and he went after her but lost sight of her. So I don't know what she's doing. I don't remember that from the comic books at all. It may have been in there, but it's been too long since I read them. But it was really good. I really liked all the we can't trust them, we can't be part of them, they're all weak, they're all jumpy, like all of Rick's crew. They don't trust anything that's going on. Rick actually goes walking around the fence at one point on the outside, which is after his kid saw that girl climb over the fence, and then the kid climbed over the fence after. Why is that open like that? And so Rick's going around and he sees zombie sign everywhere around the fence. Like, not a lot of them, but there's just zombies here and there around the fence. And so he just, keeps walking. And he stops to look at a pile of junk. And I'm not exactly sure what the deal was. Because he made some weird faces at a broken blender in a junk pile. I didn't know what that was all about, but then some zombies start coming out of the woods toward him, and so he had pulled his gun and then realized that there weren't enough of them for him to need to shoot, and so he pulls his knife, and then Carl's his son's name, Carl comes around the corner and sees his dad there, and he pulls his knife, and they take down the zombies. Yeah, so it's like they don't clean their perimeter out. The scavenging group is keeping zombies to poke holes in, and I don't know, their wall's not prepared. I'm like, yep, this is going down like it does in the book. These people are dead meat. Really good episode though. I really liked Rick's got this big crazy beard going in this last couple of seasons here, and or last half of season, whatever. And so he finally shaved and got a haircut. Aw, man. And so it looks like he might be giving in to their civilization. And the one guy, I can't think what his name is. He's married to Maggie. He's been in the show since the beginning. He helped Rick in like the second episode or third episode. He's the one that brought Rick back to the group. What is his name? I can think it was Jim, and I don't think it's Jim. So I don't know why I can't remember his name. But okay, trying to remember his name made me forget what I was talking about. How do you like that? Oh, he said during his interview, that's what it was. He said during his interview that they needed to be in Alexandria because they had been outside too long, or almost been outside too long, and they were getting bloodthirsty again. They were almost back to the point they were at before the prison, and saw you break that window. If you watch the show, if you don't watch the show, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you do watch the show, back in season, we're on season 5, so end of season 3 would have been prison. Season 4 would have been the loss of the prison. Season 1, I think, is the farm. Right? Pretty sure. I just watched through them on Blu-ray not too long ago. You'd think I could remember, but no, I can't remember anything. I wanted to eat. That's what I wanted to do. Because my food is getting low here. But back before, in the season when they went to the prison, which I think is 2 or 3. I honestly can't remember. I know there's one where they're on the road, and I think they must make it to the farmhouse at the end of season 1, maybe, when Carl gets shot. And then season 2 must be on the farm. And then off the farm again. And so, yeah, season 3's got to be when they get to the prison. Or season 2, I can't remember. Anyways, like the season premiere for that season is them sitting in a house making no noise, and they're so out of food that they decide they're going to eat dog food at one point in the episode, and that's when Rick throws a fit and tells him that's not happening. He's not going to let him eat dog food. And Daryl shoots an owl, which was just weird to me. Okay, I don't think I have this one. I know I have this one. Oh good, now I have Cotton. Why did I have Cotton and not that book? Yeah, okay. I thought I already knew the recipes. I just want to make sure somehow I got Cotton in my hand instead of the book. I don't know what that was all about. It was weird. I need to take those metal strips and run them on my club here real quick. But they basically gone crazy in that season too, until they found the prison, and so they were basically back to that. I mean, their first episode of this season was them with almost not enough energy to stand up, and no water and no supplies and no food. Daryl ate a worm. And you know, so I can see where they need the hope that civilization can return, or else they're just gonna go crazy. I think I've got that one, and I know I've got that one, and I just said I know I've got that one. Thanks. But yeah, it'll be nice to see them settle into this town for a couple episodes before everything goes wrong. Because you know, in a zombie apocalypse, everything always goes wrong. I need some gasoline so I can fill up my chainsaw. Hack my way into here, man. That's beating it with an axe is terrible. And I saw a commercial for, well, no, not a commercial. What do you call those little things that pop up on your show down at the bottom? I have no idea. A pop-up ad. I don't know what you call them. I'm sure they have a name. You know what I'm talking about, where you're watching a TV show and all across the bottom of the screen that little ad pops up. It runs from one side of the screen to the other, just a little bar across the bottom. But they had one pop up for iZombie. Anyways, March 17th that starts. And today's March, I don't know, mid, so we got got a week yet, I guess. Week from, oh, crap, I'm dead. you already got water. Couldn't just break down the door, could you? You gotta stand there and let yourself get hit. Thanks, lady. Now, can we finish knocking this door down so I can check out this safe in here? Honestly, by the time you hack a hole in this door, you should be able to just unlock it from the outside. Ooh. Take those. Yeah, I don't know about that iZombie. I read the comic for a while. It's not probably gonna be my cup of tea. I don't know. We'll have to see. It might be alright. It's on the CW. That stuff usually is either hit or miss for me. There never seems to be any in-between stuff on there, like something I'm willing to watch, but it don't maybe think it's that awesome. Oop. It's either gotta be awesome or it's terrible. And so it was I was trying to think of what I watched on here not too long ago I thought was just terrible. Or mediocre, I guess. Like, I started watching Rain because I thought maybe it had something to do with one of the shows I watch, because there's a lot of spin-offs of... Well, there's not a lot. There's a spin-off for Vampire Diaries, which I like. Not that I've watched it in a while. As in, I don't think I've watched it since last season. So I'm like a season and a half behind. But I thought maybe Rain was part of that because the previews for it before it started, like, you didn't get any previews, they just showed you the people, and I thought, oh, this could be another Vampire Diaries spinoff, maybe. So or maybe something about werewolves I thought maybe might be, you know, and so that one started, and I watched a few episodes of that, and that didn't do it for me. He was okay, not enough to make me want to watch it though. It wasn't terrible or anything, I guess, but the story just didn't interest me. I'm like, oh look, it's a bunch of teenagers fighting over the kingdom. Yay! And then I watched about 5 minutes of Jane the Virgin, I think, that started this season, and that was just even worse. That was trash. So I didn't watch that at all. That was horrible. I thought it was gonna be like, alright, I watched some really weird things, and someone told me I should watch The Secret Life of American Teenager. They liked that show, and I should check it out. So I started watching it, and I'll admit it, I can get hooked on a soap opera story, and so I watched the entire series of that, and I don't think I really particularly enjoyed it. I absolutely despise the main character on that show. But I liked some of the side characters were funny. And so when I heard about this Jane the Virgin show, it sounded like something that could be like that. And then I watched it, and I'm like, yeah, no. Not happening. I honestly try not to add too many new shows to my watch list unless they're in the downtimes between the shows I actually watch. Oh no. I am trying hard to die today. Alright, well, I think I am going to call it here. And we'll pick this back up next time. Oh, man. Oh, man, I gotta get out of here. That house is full of zombies. This whole area is full of zombies all of a sudden. Must be respawns. Or else this is just a new section of the town that didn't come over when I was clearing things out. Dang it, I knew that was going to happen. Somehow I just killed a zombie I didn't swing at. Go down. Ooh, that's close. Oh, great, she's out of stamina. Alright, click like, subscribe, be sure to catch the next one. And I will talk to you later. Run!